From being accused of nepotism by casting his wife, to getting hate from the DC fans for firing their favorite actors, James Gunn has been the center of controversy ever since he took charge of the DCU. But he has been quick to shut down these accusations. Saying James Gunn had a tough time in his new office would be a massive understatement. And now some Twitter users accused James Gunn of nepotism toward his wife, Jennifer Holland, by casting her in multiple roles. The guy's been under intense scrutiny ever since he took over as DC Studios' new boss, and accusations like these are the last thing that he wants. So Gunn didn't waste any time responding to fans who accused him. This conversation was probably sparked by the recent debate about Hollywood's many nepotistic hires, and how it might affect people who are trying to break into the business organically. According to the DC boss, The Suicide Squad was the only DC movie he had ever chosen Holland for, and that he had nothing to do with the casting of any other movie. In classic Gunn fashion, the DC Studios co-CEO called the fan and other critics deeply in need of reasons to hate. In 2021, Gunn's movie The Suicide Squad came out, and the casting list included Holland, Margot Robbie, John Cena, Idris Elba, and Pete Davidson. Holland also had a role in the Gunn-created Peacemaker series on HBO Max, with John Cena as the title character and is a TV spin-off of Gunn's film The Suicide Squad. Two of Holland's other DCU credits are Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson and Shazam with Zachary Levi, neither of which was under Gunn's direction. So where did these accusations come from in the first place? Well, they came right after Gunn announced that he would officially direct Superman Legacy, with his wife Jennifer Holland being cast in multiple projects all of a sudden. In late October 2022, Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav promoted James Gunn and Peter Safran to co-CEOs of DC Studios. Together, they undertook a 10-year makeover of DC's films and other productions, a decision that most DC fans have grown to hate. On March 16th, Gunn announced that he'll direct the DCU's new Man of Steel. Before this, it was only rumored that he'll be involved. The director also added that the date will coincide with his late father's birthday, so it's significant to him in more than one way. But some DCEU fans have pointed out that Gunn's announcement looks timed to match Zack Snyder's teasers for an event happening in April. Not only that, they also called out Gunn for abusing his powers by taking the leading position for the next major reboot of DCU's flagship character. But that's not the end of the accusations either. After Shazam came out, fans criticized the DC Studios executive and director again for putting his wife in the post-credit scene. Ouch! That has to hurt him, especially after he shared a sentimental message about his late father. But it's the internet, and trolls are going to troll. And for Gunn, controversies aren't anything new, as he's been drowned in them way before he joined DC. The self-proclaimed DC fans failed to take into account the fact that Gunn and Holland have only been married since 2022. This is well after she finished filming both The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. This instance of nepotism pales in comparison to Will Smith casting his son Jaden to co-star in After Earth, or even Ethan Hawke casting his daughter Maya in his films. Naturally, James Gunn is no stranger to online controversy, as his online behavior compromised his status at Marvel Studios years before the DC nepotism charges were aired. The director posted a series of inappropriate tweets, in which Gunn made several insensitive jokes involving the use of profanity and offensive imagery, even though Gunn has matured a lot in the years after the tweets were published, and the comedy industry has moved on from the edgy type of humor the tweets relied on. The scandal was still serious enough to jeopardize the viability of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, leading to Disney's decision to terminate James Gunn in 2018. And this drew widespread criticism from both fans and MCU performers. Dave Bautista, who plays Drax in the Guardians flicks, has threatened to boycott the future MCU releases if Gunn is not involved. Eventually, James Gunn was rehired to finish his trilogy, and now he's in charge of the DC Universe's future. So maybe that nepotism accusation is the least of his problems. But it was to be expected. Because of his reputation as a filmmaker who works with numerous regular collaborators on almost every project, it was almost certain that Gunn was going to face accusations of playing favorites when he was named as co-CEO of DC Studios. And the fact that he married one of his favorite recurring co-workers, Jennifer Holland, only made things worse. Even though no cast members have been announced for any of the announced projects for Chapter 1, there are concerns of, as fans accused him of, nepotism when it comes to casting. Holland's appearance in Peacemaker cemented that she will be appearing in future projects. Given that John Cena's anti-hero is official canon and has a second season in the works. Although Gunn has nothing to do with his wife's cameo in Black Adam, that hasn't stopped the haters from aiming at him. The director has likely developed a thick skin due to the constant barrage of criticism directed at him. But it's natural that he would rather not have his wife dragged into the fray. Not only that, but Shazam director David F. Sandberg explained that originally Justice Society members were supposed to make an appearance, but that Argus operatives Amelia Harcourt and John Economos were called in as replacements at the last minute. So basically, she wasn't even the first choice. But will that stop DC fans from hating? Well, surprisingly, some fans were on Gunn's side. In a welcoming change, fans were on Gunn's defense, something that's become a rare sight. Numerous fans voiced their opinion on Twitter that James Gunn shouldn't address the DC nepotism charges at all, because doing so would lend credibility to the controversy. After all, Jennifer Holland is a great and respected actress in her own right. She had roles on popular shows like Drake and Josh, CSI Miami, and Cougar Town, and in films like American Pie. She's recently been well known for her roles in DC flicks like The Suicide Squad and Black Adam. This may raise suspicions among DC fans who follow the franchise online. Casting his wife in a single role seems to have thrust James Gunn into the throes of a DC nepotism accusation, given the interconnected nature of this new DCU. But this is unlikely to have much of an effect on the future of the franchise, as Amelia Harcourt is a relatively minor character in the DCU. And while James Gunn has been busy laying the groundwork for the future of the DCU, Jennifer Holland doesn't appear to have any upcoming projects that are currently in production, according to her IMDb page at least. But what does her cameo mean for DCU's future? Shazam! Fury of the Gods end credits hinted at greater things to come for Zachary Levi's hero. And Agents Harcourt and Economos cameos might be pointing to Shazam becoming a member of the Justice Society. DC has never hinted at the future of the Justice Society in the DCU, so this is a big deal. The sequence also confirms what fans have long suspected about Shazam's future in the DCU, that he'll not be a member of the Justice League, despite his recent meeting with Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman for now. But more importantly, Holland's cameo cemented that Shazam will remain in DCU canon after Gunn's soft reboot, a topic that was the center of concern for quite some time now. Well, that was all on Gunn firing back at nepotism accusations.